Hello, I'm Les Weisbrod. I'm a medical malpractice lawyer and the senior partner at Miller Weisbrod Oleski, our national birth injury firm here in Dallas, Texas. For over 40 years, I've had the privilege of representing children who have suffered preventable injuries at birth. We have represented childhood victims of cerebral palsy, spinal cord injuries, brain damage from hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy, or HIE, and other serious complications and disabilities. It's important that the obstetrician and the nursing team consider a mother's prior delivery history when planning for birth. A laboring mother can suffer from preventable injuries when her attending care providers fail to evaluate her for certain risks. And one critical risk factor they must never neglect is the mother's history of previous C-sections. A C-section, short for cesarean section delivery, is a procedure where doctors deliver the mother's baby through an incision in her abdomen. This can be a necessary and life-saving procedure when vaginal birth is too risky. For example, when there is fetal distress demonstrated on a fetal monitoring strip. The old rule, once a C-section, always a C-section, was a good, safe rule that didn't put babies at risk. Nowadays, however, many obstetricians suggest mothers attempt a vaginal birth after a cesarean section for her next delivery. This is known as a vaginal birth after cesarean, or VBAC, VBAC. VBACs carry a high risk of complications. For starters, the mother's lining inside her uterus will be weaker after a prior C-section. If she has a difficult labor or intense contractions, particularly if medication such as oxytocin or pitocin is used to stimulate contractions, her uterus may rupture. This is a particularly devastating medical emergency where the uterus tissue tears, causing internal bleeding and cutting off the baby's oxygen supply. Doctors must immediately move forward with an emergency C-section if a uterine rupture occurs. While uterine ruptures are rare, they can be much more likely for mothers attempting VBACs. Uterine ruptures are known to cause brain injuries to babies, particularly when the delivery does not happen quickly enough after the rupture starts. If you attempted a trial of labor after a prior delivery by cesarean section and your baby was brain injured from a uterine rupture, we can help. Our birth injury attorneys will carefully review your medical records and fetal monitoring strips to see if healthcare providers were negligent and your baby's brain injury was avoidable. You can call us today at 888-987-0005